Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. Yes, Christmas has come early for every single Manchester United fan. Cardiff 1, Manchester United, not 10, Manchester United 5. Now, the Cardiff manager said we should be disappointed that it wasn't 8-10. Look, mate, just admit we played you off the park, right? He goes, oh, well, they took their goals well. We did more than that. The football was fabulous, especially in the first half. But all throughout the board, it was a great performance by everyone. Even Phil Jones started having skill and volleying a ball. Didn't he nearly score near the end there? Wow, wow, wow. Matic was going forward instead of sideways. It's like Ollie stood him still and said, right, face forward, son, face forward. It was amazing. Look, we know what happens when a manager's sacked. Immediately you get that reaction, that response from the players. So we haven't broke the fifth wall here, right? We know that. But Ollie is a positive false. The return of Mickey Phelan is so important. One of the biggest mistakes in the Moyes era was to sack Mickey Phelan. You know, he still could have had his coaches there and they could have learned from the master, which is Mickey Phelan. It's ridiculous that he's just been kind of coaching kind of amateur football since he's left United. Maybe his confidence was knocked when that evil Moyes got rid of him. But, you know, that was a big mistake. Mickey Phelan should have been the kind of the link from... Because what happens is you've had a manager here for 25 years, right? The whole club is literally run by him. So you get rid of everyone that was experiencing the way he was doing it. So when you come in as a new manager, after someone's been there for so long, you've really got to gauge what was going on before and change things slowly to your way if you want. So the sacking of Mickey Phelan was a disgrace. It's great to have him back. Him and Ollie are obviously a really, really great team together, a coaching team. Now, what does this mean? Does this mean we're going to finish fourth? We're going to win the Champions League? No. It's the first game after this tyrant left our club. This dark cloud has been lifted over us. And you can see the joy on the players' faces because that presence, that demeaning, depressing, negative presence has left the club. It was really a great performance. The first time we scored 5 goals since Sir Alex Ferguson was at the club. That's actually disgusting. That's actually embarrassing. And it's the choice of coaches, these pragmatic, boring, sergeant major type managers. We don't need that. The best outcome for Manchester United is for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to become our permanent manager. Why is that? He's one of us. He loves the club. He learned from the master. We have had 2 high-profile managers, and they've both straddled this club, wasted this club's money, and pretty much been a waste of time. We've done high-profile managers. People calling for Zidane, for Pochettino or Cappuccino, or however you pronounce his name, right? Are they going to be successful? Are they? Zidane, who couldn't string 6 league wins together, he won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. That's very impressive. But they're cup competitions, right? But in the league, they were very, very inconsistent. That worries me. Now, Zidane would be a calming, positive influence. He would get a lot out of the players, especially Pogba and Martial. But in one game, we've already seen Pogba and Martial play fantastic stuff. The reality is here, the coaching team we've got there is Man United through and through. Mickey Phelan is an ex-Man United player. Now, a lot of you wouldn't have fallen out your mummy's vagina by that time when Mickey was playing. But old-timers like me, 46 by the way, do I look 46? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, we're getting distracted. But, yeah, we've got Manchester United, good footballing people. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might look like a 3-foot little dwarf, right? You know, an elf or something like that, that smiles all the time, looks nice and kind. But believe me, this guy gives as good as he gets. He ain't going to take no crap from these players. And that's the thing. If anyone, you know, comes out of line and does something that he doesn't like, he will pull him up on it. I remember a story on the first training session he had with Roy Keane when he first joined United as a player. He was going, wow, you're world class there. Something along those lines anyway. So Ollie isn't what he seems. He is a nice lad. He is a positive influence on the club and the players. But what he also is, he's very clever. I remember him when he was sitting on the bench, and he was talking about this before he came on in the 99 final. And he said, I just had this feeling I could do something if I came on. And he talked about a dream he had as well the night before. This is a guy who's got a lot up top, who has always been an analyst of the game, even before he became a coach. This is an intelligent young man. And I don't like to generalise cultures, but the Norwegians are very, very intelligent people. And this is why Norway as a country actually is doing quite well. So, again, I don't want to generalise. I don't want to go that way. But I'm just saying that this lad could be a fantastic Manchester United manager. Now, 5-1 win against Cardiff doesn't prove anything, but it makes us feel better, doesn't it? Because what he's done, he's totally gone the opposite of what that man was doing. I don't even want to say his name. While that man was shackling the players, he's got the keys, unshackled the players, and he said, attack, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. Just go for it. And what we saw last night is what we didn't see from Mourinho or LVG. It's what Fergie used to do. It's what all the great teams do. Liverpool, Manchester City, attack as a team and defend as a team. It's what Wenger's Arsenal did at its best. It's what the great AC Milan side with Hullet in it did at its peak. The best teams attack as a team and defend as a team. All this BS that only defenders should defend and only midfielders should midfield, it's nonsense. You're a team. Play like a team. When goals were scored, they were all in a corner together. Ollie in the sidelines with the other coaches happy, embracing them. All of a sudden, since he was announced, since he did that interview on MUTV, it's been a feel-good factor. And the most important thing about football, or whether you're a filmmaker or whether you're working for a TV channel, it's about confidence. One of the main reasons that Russell T Davies' team loved working with him on Doctor Who is because he infused confidence. He seeked it and he gave it to everyone who worked around him. And this is why he was a great showrunner, and this is why we haven't had a great Doctor Who season since. Again, I'm getting distracted. But the most important thing, especially in football, is confidence. You could be the worst team in the world, which we're not. We've got 20 world-class players in our squad. We didn't even have Fred playing last night. World-class midfielder, good signing, whoever decided to sign him. He will become a great Manchester United player. So we've got options, and Ollie has already said he's going to give everyone a chance to show him what they can do. So I think what you've got now are players fighting for their positions, fighting for their Manchester United's futures. They don't want to leave Manchester United. Pogba's not going to. They're all going to sign extensions to their contracts. I can't wait. Look, we all know that Jose had to go. The man was a tyrant and a bully. And I don't care, Jermaine Defoe, that he rang you up about that kid who was dying, right? He may be a lovely guy in reality, but when it comes to being a football manager, he becomes a monster. He becomes a tyrant. He becomes a bully. He becomes stuck in his ways. He had to go. Ed Woodward made the right decision. It was Ed Woodward who stopped him from selling Martial and Pogba. It was Woodward who had to go in the dressing room and break up brawls between him and the players. Ed Woodward isn't the man that you think. Ed Woodward is a good man. He's a good businessman. His only mistake, because of his lack of footballing knowledge, employing the wrong managers and not bringing in a director of football to bridge the gap after we lost Fergie. They were mistakes, but everyone in life makes mistakes. These players, the ratings, I think, have got to be, for me, just give them 10 out of 10. The quality, the Martial goal was amazing. But the Herrera goal, wow, I don't know if it took a deflection. I don't care. Because it was the positivity of that shot, the way it swirled into the goal. I absolutely really enjoyed it. Look, my footballing knowledge isn't great. I'm not good on the tactics and formations. You have to go somewhere else. This is a YouTube channel that mostly talks about films. I'm passionate about film and TV because I work within the industry here in Cyprus. But the point is, I love Manchester United. Really, I'm more of a Manchester United fan than a football fan, so I know more about United than I know the outer body of football. But it was great yesterday to see Chelsea and City lose, but then Liverpool are 5 points clear. I'll be honest with you, right? I'd rather City win the league than Liverpool. I don't want them winning the league, and personally, I don't think they will. What a shame we're so many points behind, because the feel-good factor could have taken us to challenge those two for the title. But I mean, 19, 20 points behind is a big bridge. But if the feel-good factor continues and Ollie can keep on getting good stuff out of these players, I think we could half it to maybe 10 points, a respectable. We need to finish this season as respectfully as possible. And I love hearing fans saying we can win the European Cup, we can beat PSG. That might not be true, but I like hearing it because it's positive. And it's all about confidence, because we're the ones who can drive the players and Ollie over the line with our confidence, with our great support. So what do you think? Are you happy with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Are you happy with who he played? When he played Matic and Phil Jones, I kind of went, oh. And Young. Ashley Young, he played Ashley Young as well. But they all played great. That's the thing. So this is what I'm talking about. We know why the players weren't playing well. I think it'll be a different team on Boxing Day. I think he's going to do a Fergie. He's going to use his whole squad. And he's going to make sure all the players know they've got opportunities in this team. So it's a great first start for Ollie. If you like the video, please like it, share the channel. We'll be talking about Man United, I'm sure, throughout the rest of this season. But so far, so good for Ollie.